Tell me what went through your head when you found out you'd been traded from LA to Vancouver.
It was mixed emotions. When I left LA, I didn't think that I got a fair shot at playing time. I was ready to go to rejuvenate my career. I had an opportunity to come to Vancouver in a trade. First time being traded, you think you're going to be somewhere professionally your entire career, and then when you get traded, it's like you're surprised. And a lot of times, the way NBA teams handle the trades, it's most people it was kind of I was caught by blindsided. I was doing a camp in California, youth camp for kids, and Jerry West's son was in camp, and I found out through we didn't have cell phones back then. Well, we had cell phones, but I found out my wife called me. She was my girlfriend at the time, and was like, you just got traded. And I was like, what? So this was in the summer, you have enjoying yourself, you're doing something in the community in LA, and the first thing in my mind was, why didn't Jerry come in and tell me he was going to trade me, or why didn't my agent call? So that's how I heard about the trade, but I was excited about coming to Vancouver. I felt that it was going to give me an opportunity to play. Basketball is something that we love to do as athletes, compete, and so I was all excited about it. New team, young team, trying to figure out how to win games. That was my mindset going into it.
You were a champion at University of North Carolina, and then there was a whole lot of losing in Vancouver. How hard is that to adjust to?
Oh, it was tough. My entire little league, college, high school, until I got to the NBA, I probably hadn't lost more than 60 games in the entirety. And then you get here and you lose 60 games in one season. That's a lot of losing.
Speaking of that losing, mid-season in your first season with Vancouver, Brian Winters is fired, and Stu Jackson takes over. The word in the media at the time was that Greg Anthony and Blue Edwards weren't happy. What do you remember about kind of the discord that was happening surrounding the coach at that time?
I didn't hear all that chatter. Is where when you're a professional athlete, you kind of focus on family and doing what you need to do as a player. Guys, we were what I considered, my 2 years here in Vancouver and playing with the guys I played with under the circumstances. It was a great group of guys. Blue Evans worked hard every day. He was the veteran on that team. I didn't see anything different. We were just trying to compete as a unit to get wins. Greg Anthony he didn't let what he was thinking into the locker room and affect what he was trying to mentor. He was a great mentor to us young guys here in Vancouver.
Now, in 2001, you had moved on to Philly, and you're quoted in a CBC story as saying most of the players weren't happy in Canada. Why do you think it was so hard for players to kind of acclimate and be satisfied with playing in Vancouver and Toronto?
I don't think it was Vancouver. Well, I think with myself, I'm just going to tell you my experiences. It was going through customs. It was the furthest point, on the North America to get to, and as a team, we felt that we were the only team taking long flights, getting in late, and then still have to deal with customs. Most teams, playing in LA, the latest you would get home Pacific time was maybe 12 o'clock at night after a game. Here in Vancouver, you were getting in at 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning because of customs. We were flying to Bellingham or Seattle or Portland, and then we would have to get off the plane, get back, go through customs, get back on the plane, and then fly into Vancouver. And it was a bit much when you're expected to get up the next morning, whether it's practice and play another game.
What's it like to be back all these years later?
Oh, it's great. And the practice facility when I was on the team was in Richmond. So a lot of my time was spent in the Richmond area. I didn't get a chance to see downtown. As the city has grown, the skyline is beautiful. I got a chance to look out the window and see the lights. Restaurants are great. I've enjoyed my first 2 days back.
Thanks so much, George. We appreciate it.